We're going to be about 13 minutes early, so we might have a little bit of a pregame show, assuming that we have good audio and we don't have to restart. So let's get this spooled up here on the iPad and see what we've got. Testing 1, 2. Sounds good. Well, sounds good. We got a little bit of a pregame show going. And there are only a couple people in the house, not surprised, because we're way before showtime. Showtime isn't until 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time in these United States. But Durr has popped in early. Lance is in early. And so we may have a guest. Kyle is supposed to Skype in from Santa Barbara, California, for a live update. And I'm wearing a golf shirt. This is a Greg Norman branded golf shirt from the Meadows Country Club, the Meadows, down in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. So we're relaxing here. It was a warm day today, almost 90 degrees here in Frederick County. I did go out and shot a video for a client. They had a blood drive at the beautiful Searsville Mansion. And I went ahead and shot a short little video to put up on the Frederick County Facebook page. It's up there. It went live at 4 o'clock. It also went live on this YouTube channel at 4 o'clock. Check it out if you get a chance, and do put a comment on there. They appreciate feedback. Cheetown's in the house. He said, hey, folks, a warm 90 degrees here in San Diego. About the same here, but probably more humid here than it was in San Diego. Tom's in the house. My wife has her friends round so I can watch in peace. Okay, so she's entertained by her friends. There you go. Another time check as we get closer to showtime. This is the pregame show. It's we're coming up on about 11 minutes before the hour. 11 minutes before the hour in about 15 seconds. And that's how it goes here. MEF is in. Craig, are you a member of the Meadows? No, I'm not. I have been there. I've been a guest of a member there, and we had a nice lunch there. That was years ago, but it is a nice place. It is a nice place. Stig's in the house. Good evening, Craig and everybody. Saw the video. Okay, cool. You were. I guess you're saying you were first. Is GRST? Does that mean you were first? I'm not hip to these the shorthand that you youngsters use. Oh, by the way, speaking of youngsters, I had a subscriber say, hey, listen, what would be your advice for somebody 20, 30 years old? I've got $6,000. Should I buy a watch with it, or should I invest it? What would you do if you had $6,000 if you were in that age group? Very good question. Very good question. I don't like to give financial advice, of course. I don't like to do that. But I'll tell you what. I would probably take that $6,000 and put every penny of it in Bitcoin. And then I'd work my butt off and get some more money and put that in as well until I got up to one full Bitcoin. I think any gentleman these days should make every effort to own at least one whole Bitcoin. I think that's a good move, and hold it forever. Just never sell that one Bitcoin. Just hold it. And let's see, it's hotter in Southern California right now than it is in Las Vegas. Stig's in the house. Great video. Okay. Invest, says Kevin. 6K buy Bitcoin, says Tom. Tom says he'd buy Bitcoin with it. Eduardo says, Craig, I ordered my strap through HD straps and a watch pouch as well. Eduardo, cool. Do let us know when you get it. Please Skype in and show it to us. By the way, I do put my money where my mouth is. Let me show you. I've got a purchase pending. I'll cut to it. I'll get this page to load in. I have a buy order in on Bitcoin as we speak. I'm looking for a dip. Now, the dip might not come, okay? It might not come, but I am looking for a dip. And let's see if this loads in. I'll be able to show you what I've got set up here. The page is still loading. I don't know why it is so low, so slow. Try again here. Oh boy. Okay, gotta try again. For some reason the page was not responding properly. Sometimes happens, I've got like 35 tabs open. I've got to close some tabs on this thing. Okay, here we go. So as you see here, I've got a buy order in at $8,230 price. That would be 0.9672 Bitcoin. That's $8,000. Basically a buy order for $8,000 worth of Bitcoin at 8,230. So if we get a dip, if we get a spike all the way down to 8,230, that order will probably fill, and I'll own another 0.967 Bitcoin. So we'll see. We'll see if it dips down to that. If it does, that order will fill. So we shall see if we have a nice spike down to that number and then we go back up. That's what we call bottom feeding. Bottom feeding. So we'll see. Cheetown, get yourself a steel sports Rolex. Your $6,000 will be $8,000 in 10 years. Great yearly return, Cheetown. I think there's a little tongue in cheek there. There's in the house. I just bought 1,300 more of Ford stock. I'm up $1,000 so far from 3 months ago. There you go. Good move. Good move. Kyle is in the house. Hey guys, at lunch now, but we'll call in from the pier when we're done eating. Santa Barbara is looking gorgeous. Okay, fantastic. I'll have Skype ready to go. This is a little pregame show. Little pregame show going on right now. And I just used the old thumbnail, Kyle, so you don't even have to worry about sending a photo. You can if you want. If you get a nice photo, I can always switch that out. Oh, cool. He sent the view from the hotel. Let me show you guys. Oh, cool. That's where they're staying. That's where Kyle is staying. It is nice. Looking good. Looking good. Kyle's view from the hotel room. Absolutely. And Cheetown says, I dislocated my tongue with that joke. Lance is in the house. Craig, the wallet is supposed to come on Friday or Saturday, so I'll do a live unboxing then. Perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Be good to see. Lance, where's that wallet? Where was the wallet made, you know? Do tell. Do tell. Buserv says, I just bought some Harley Davidson stock as kind of a joke. Just curious where it goes. Okay. Kyle, pay the bill and give us an update. He wants to rush Kyle along. Well, the official show hasn't even started yet. Let's do a close-up on the 002 Stunner, just to confirm that. There's the 002 Stunner. I'll tell you what. The more I wear this watch, the more I like it. This strap is really conformed to the wrist, really feels good. And I got some feedback from the folks at HD Straps. I want to share this because these folks are very good. Very, very good. Let me see if I can find this. Here we go. Give me a second here. Let's do a time check while I pull this up. Okay. All right, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I wrote him about the liner leather used in the straps. And he said, the leather I use for lining is Zermatt calf leather, which is soft and strong enough to use. It's also used by Hermes straps, too. And colors of Zermatt leather were made by leather tanneries, not through any dyeing process of the strap maker. The leather on the GS looks very soft, but not strong. It would be worn out after a time of using, as my experience. So it's interesting. I asked him about the leather in the liner on the GS strap, the factory GS strap, is a little bit softer than this leather. And so I asked him about that, and this was his reply. So this leather that he's using isn't quite as soft. It still feels very nice. Don't get me wrong. It feels very nice. It's very comfortable on the skin. But evidently this leather that he's using, this Zermatt calf leather, is a little bit more durable, so it will hold up better than the actual Grand Seiko. So it's good to hear that he's on top of things and doing the right thing for his clients. It is made in Italy. Okay, Lance, that sounds good. The only concern I have with things made in Italy these days currently is, as I've mentioned before, they're using a lot of cheap Chinese labor, and so there's some issues with quality. So we'll see what yours ends up being like. I would definitely try to get made in USA these days, or something vintage that's made in Italy before they started cheapening out their labor. Let's see. Do that OS, very, very interesting. I always have my doubts about car company stocks except Toyota. Lance is in the house, but the leather is made of French calf skin. Okay. Durr in the house. I heard George Floyd wore a stolen Tudor in his autopsy result so that he died from shame, not from stealing it, but from wearing it. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Terrible news. View servers in the house. Do you think Tesla is going to become a major established manufacturer in the years to come? Well, I think they're already pretty major. I think they're selling a lot of cars. They've stepped up. They're selling a lot of cars, so we'll see. Let's take Ford stock. I think if Toyota comes out with a really good electric car, that could be a big problem for Tesla, because then you'd have quality, much higher quality than Tesla. Teslas give some trouble. They're not that reliable. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. Too soon for great deals on Ford stock. Okay. I bought Ford stock when it was at $5, and the lovely Bree is in the house. She says hello. And Bree received a donation of Bitcoin, I think, today. I think it was today she received it. Congratulations on that. Somebody was generous and donated some Bitcoin to the lovely Bree, and I guarantee you. Well, let's not talk for her. Bree, let us know in the chat what you intend to do with the Bitcoin that you got today. Let us know. You tell us in the chat what you intend to do with that Bitcoin. BU service in the house. Too soon for Floyd jokes. Bree is in the house. Thanks for the follow on Instagram, Bree. You're welcome, Durr. And Lance, a French cow and Italian maid. Wouldn't trust either, says Tom. Durr says Floyd was a criminal bomb. Okay, yeah, we don't need to speak too ill of the dead. He was what he was. I mean, after all, he was in the process of committing a crime at the time that he died. So yeah, he was what he was. Let's see. Eduardo's in the house. Hey, Craig, what's the best way to measure the length of the strap? I need to give HD straps my length requirement. That's a good question. It would be ideal if you already have a strap that you can use as a guide, but if you don't, hopefully you can give him the measurement of the watch, okay, the lug-to-lug measurement of the watch, and you can give him the measurement of your wrist, and then hopefully he can go from there and make it work with those two pieces of information. But I'm not an expert, so write them and make sure what they need. It would probably be best if you had a strap that already fits perfectly that you could use as a guide and just measure that, but maybe you don't have that. So yeah, maybe those two measurements, lug to lug on the watch, and then of course he needs the width also, so it'll fit properly, right? Okay, the space between the lugs, and then what clasp are you going to use? I mean, there's a lot of things you have to think about on all that. So, Dirk, take care of what you're saying. Paul Thorpe just said that he is going to get off of YouTube for a while in order to not being shut down. And the lovely Breeze in the house. Love my Patreons and Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin did Bree get? Well, now you shouldn't. That's a personal question. I don't think Bree should answer how much she got. First of all, you're never supposed to talk about how much Bitcoin you own. I had a lot of Bitcoin. I have to be honest. I had a lot of Bitcoin, but then I had a boating accident. And in that boating accident, I lost all the Bitcoin. It's unfortunate, but that sometimes happens with Bitcoin. You have a boating accident. So, let's see. Bree says she's going to hold it forever. She's holding her Bitcoin. She's no joke. Talk about a strong hand. Young lady, and she's going to hold it forever. She's got years ahead of her, and she's going to hold that Bitcoin. My gosh, she's going to be rich. The lovely Brianna is going to be filthy rich. But she's a class act. She can handle it, I think. Be a service in the house. Why is dog trainer so scared of a guy in another country? Paul Thorpe eats chips in his mom's basement, says Durr. Lamont is at a Black Lives Matter march. Jeez. And we love you, Lady Brianna. There you go. Absolutely. Buserve says, are you close friends with Lamont? Lance says to Buserve. Okay, you guys got the picture. You're following this too. Lamont is too smart for that, and he can't even spell. Buserve says no. Durr, I agree. He needs to speak proper English. Okay. Do you guys ever see the movie My Fair Lady? My Fair Lady is really cool. By the way, Bree, if you're still in the chat, next time you're at Walmart, in the cheapy CD sections where they used to have all those CDs cheap, DVDs, see if you can find My Fair Lady on DVD. See if you can find the movie My Fair Lady. It's super cool. It's very hard to find, and it's not on any of the streaming services. You can't buy it on Netflix or anything. It's very hard to find. I think you can buy Blu-rays on Amazon, but I don't have a Blu-ray player. So, let's see. Here's another reason you like Bitcoin, Craig. It isn't subject to civil asset forgery, aka robbery. No joke. Here are the best elements of Bitcoin. It's very portable, very fungible. Okay. It is not confiscatable. Okay, can't be confiscated if you protect your Bitcoin properly, right? Can't be confiscated. It is limited in supply. It's limited in supply. There will only be a total of 21 million, period, ever produced, full stop. And so those things right there, it's totally portable. It can be sent to anybody, anywhere. It can't be censored. So they can't say, oh, you can't give so-and-so Bitcoin, right? They can't stop you. It is fantastic. It's just like digital cash. It's the first time we've ever had something that is digital, that is scarce, that is basically a bearer asset, that can be moved from one person to the other without using any central authority. We've never had this before, folks. That's the problem that Bitcoin solved. That's the quandary. The quandary was, how do we make something digital that is limited? Because in the past, anything digital can just be copied, right? If I send a Bitcoin to Joe, I can also send the same Bitcoin to Mary, right? And who's going to stop me, right? Well, they figured out a way to stop me. They figured out a way to make it so that if I send it over here, I can't also send it over there. The double spend problem, right? So it is just genius. It is amazing. And now that it's been around 10 plus years, and it's been attacked relentlessly by hackers and so on and so forth, it's never been successfully hacked. The governments have never been able to shut it down, and they've tried. Various governments have tried to shut it down and failed. It is the honey badger. It is freaking amazing. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Buserve says, Craig, are you leaving your Bitcoin to any charities if you die before spending it? Buserve. Actually, I've made arrangements with the lovely Briefit Dance. She's going to hold any Bitcoin that I have, and she said that she will never sell it. Never sell it. So, Bree, maybe you can confirm in the chat if you're still hanging out that if you get the Bitcoin that you will never sell it. Let's see, Cheetown's in the house. Pretty soon the police will seize your Rolex claiming you are intending to buy Bitcoin with it. Lance is in the house. BTC is used to do shady deals. Not really, not very often, because here's the problem. If you're a criminal and you use BTC, it's very easy to trace. So it would be pretty foolish. And actually, the FBI loves it when criminals use BTC because it's a lot easier to trace than cash. Most pros, professional criminals, they use cash. They don't use BTC. BTC is too easy to trace. Cheetown says, so is cash, Lance. Yeah, well, cash is the choice for criminals because it's very hard to trace. BU service in the house. Oh, be careful around Bree, Craig. I'm kidding. So you think I like in the old days when like the king would get poisoned and so forth? Sometimes things like that happen, yeah. Sometimes things like that happen. So yeah. Okay, so we're into the show. Hopefully Kyle's going to call in pretty soon. And we're going to get our live report. Let's see here. Lance says, there's a car dealership in my town that accepts BTC as payment. They're very smart. They're very smart. Because there are people that will buy cars from a car dealership because they accept BTC. They'll go out of their way to buy it from them so that they can spend their BTC. Now, technically, here's the thing. Technically, that entity that buys the car with BTC, technically, they're supposed to claim any capital gains that they've made on that BTC at the time they purchased the car. But who knows if they report it? Who knows, how all that goes down? A lot of people don't report that. So yeah, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm not spending my BTC, so I don't have to worry about reporting any capital gains because I ain't spending it and I ain't selling anymore. I sold some years ago, but I'm done. I'm not selling any BTC ever again. Let's see. My grandfather owned some property in India, and one day he went back. Distant family poisoned him in an attempt to get it. Laws work differently in India. Over 10 million in property. Buy a 10-year-old BMW 750. Is that supposed to be IL or LI? Is it LI? Okay. With Bitcoin. Sounds like a good trade for the dealership. Bitcoin land must be paradise. I just got word from the government that I owe them 10,000. Is that supposed to be 10,000 something? Sig, I think you hit the wrong numbers there when you typed it in. Well, it's not good when you hear from the government and they say you owe them a lot of money. That's not good. I've been there, done that. And usually you just have to pay them. People get crazy when there's high dollar amounts involved. Durs in the house. Craig, you're already halfway to 401k and you just hit 40k. Oh, halfway to 41k. Okay. I am putting on about... let me see here. How many subscribers a month? Here, I'll try to pull it up here and see what it says right now. Pull up the analytics and see what it says here. Man, this thing's loading slow. Let's do a time check while it's loading. Time check with the stunner watches. Stunner watches. That's probably the best diver in the world ever made. That's the SPGA 231 Grand Seiko titanium diver. No diver watch ever came close to trumping that one. To trumping that one at all. Okay, so here we go, and you'll see my revenue too if I show you this. Okay, so 386,000 views. This is in the last 30 days, 28 days, okay? Watch time, 14.8 thousand hours, plus 861 subscribers. So we've put on 861 subscribers, and the revenue is $559. 559 smackaroonies for Craig to spend on Bitcoin. Because I usually use that revenue for buying camera gear and stuff like that, equipment. But I've pretty much got all the equipment I need for a while, so probably just plow that money into Bitcoin. Mad money. Let's see. Tom, you'll need to have a lot of extra money for repairs. I just feel like a 10-year-old 750 makes you look like a wannabe rich douche, whereas a 20-year-old one looks classic. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you want to get a big sedan, a big luxury sedan used, buy the Lexus LS sedan. Now, buy one that's never been hit and fixed. Buy one that's been garage kept since new. Buy one that's about 10 years old. That's fine. Maybe even 15 years old. That's fine. And a little old lady car, garage kept, 50,000 original miles on it, something like that. Maybe 80,000 original miles. That's fine. But one that's like brand spanking new, and buy that for, around 10 grand or so. You've got yourself a permanent, fantastic vehicle that is super impressive. Carlos is in the house. That's a good salary for a lot of workers in Panama. Okay. That is true, Buserve. BMWs are hideous. Durr says, Craig, do you get paperwork from your YouTube earnings that you have to file with it? Yes, they send a, is it called a 1099? Yes, they send a form. I don't know if it's a 1099. It might be a different form. But anyway, they send a tax form each year with your earnings. And, of course, they send a copy of that to the IRS. So, yes, if you're smart, you will claim that income. Some people don't, and some people get in a trick bag. Some people get away with it, I'm sure. But, yes, you're supposed to report any income as income. Lance is in the house. My favorite 7 Series is the 2001 to 2008. Yeah, I wouldn't have a 7 Series on a bet. Okay. Cheetown's in the house. 10-year-old BMW with aftermarket rims, a yellowed out headlight covers, and blacked out windows is the staple car for any shade South Central Los Angeles used car lot. Cheetown full-time running engine light on for free. Craig, Lexus sedans have no pee-off factor. Hey, they're eat up with class. They're a fantastic car. They look great, especially the LS 430 or even the LS 460. I don't like the newer ones. I think they screwed up the whole front end on them. Screwed up a good thing. But those LS 430, even an LS 400, any of those, LS 460, bulletproof, reliable, super solid, look great, just a perfect sedan. Perfect sedan. I would still have mine if it wasn't for wanting to carry the Segway in the back. It was just a pain putting it in the trunk. Bitcoin does not pay dividends. Dividends can add up to good income. Thanks for the introduction of Timeless Razors. You can use services like BlockFi if you want to. You can deposit Bitcoin with BlockFi, and you'll earn interest on your Bitcoin. Pretty good return on your Bitcoin. It's called BlockFi, BLOCKFI. Check it out. And they're straight up dudes. I mean, they're not shady characters. The Winklevi twins are behind it, and they've got some important people involved in that whole operation. And I've checked them out, and Wags has checked them out. I think they're pretty solid. So BlockFi, if you want to get a return on your Bitcoin, and a pretty good return at that. So there you go. Sorry, I'm not familiar with American writing. I meant $10.35. Welcome to Denmark, okay? Serve, you should get a Mercedes 500E, Porsche and Mercedes caliber. Yeah, those were pretty wild. The 500E is a pretty wild vehicle. Absolutely. Made by Porsche. A Mercedes made by Porsche. That was cool. That's right, because nothing says F off like driving around in a money pit with plastic water pumps and hoses. Lance, that's like the worst generation mechanically and aesthetically. Scott says Craig will be the stainless steel Rolex. Will the stainless steel Rolex bubble pop soon? Oh, I think it's already soft. I think you can already make some offers on some watches and get some deals out there. But yes, I think that it'll come down to realistic prices over time. It just will happen. People are slowly starting to come around to the fact that it's not the way to go anyway, that if you want a stunner, you should get something in solid gold. That's what people are starting to realize. They're starting to realize that gold stunners, especially the 002, are the way to go. That's what people are starting to realize. So word's getting around on that. Let's see. I only like the Chris Bang 7 Series with... Okay, I'm not sure what that... Okay. I know the one is the hated 7 Series, but I love the interior. It's so comfortable. Okay. Drove a 2020 LS from New York to DC. Was a dream, and I agree. Not a big fan of New York. Okay. Lance in the house. Out of all luxury European sedans, I would always go with VW Phaeton W12. Yeah, I would pass on that, Lance. Pass on that. Just get yourself the Lexus. Don't shoot yourself in the head. It doesn't end well when you shoot yourself in the head. Toyota Tacoma holds their value like a Rolex. There you go. Lance, I've ridden in a 750 Li of the time, and I found the seats rock hard. There you go. Yeah, the seats in the LS 430 are fantastic. Fantastic. Carlos is in the house. I think Lamont is sweeping the streets, waiting for someone who gift him a car and college tuition. Maybe, Lance, you could consider it too. Cheese in the house. Toyota Tacoma is the Bitcoin of pickup trucks. There you go. Good call, Lance. That W12 is amazing, says Tom. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to maintain that puppy. Scott's in the house. I have the 118238, but I would like a 116234 or 117234. Okay. Durr says, I love how Craig says, be serves name. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but anyway. These people have these funky usernames, you know. I can't keep up. Lance says to Tom, I used to have one. It was very fast. The W12 has so much power. There you go. You have to be a Bitcoin billionaire to run the VW Phaeton. By the way, the movie Bitcoin Billionaires has been optioned, and I don't know if you guys read the book Bitcoin Billionaires, but it's by the same guy who wrote the book that The Social Network was based on, Accidental Millionaires or whatever it was called. But anyway, the movie, you guys remember the movie about Facebook, The Social Network. The same guy that wrote that book wrote the book The Bitcoin Billionaires, and now that has been optioned for a movie. So it's going to come to a big screen near you, probably next year. And man, when that does, is Bitcoin going to blow up? Whoa. When that movie comes out, everybody's going to learn about Bitcoin and how powerful it is, because it's being co-produced by the Winklevi twins, and they are the first Bitcoin billionaires. So there you go. That's how that whole thing works. What's the model of GS you're currently wearing? It's gorgeous. Getting lots of Patek Philippe vibes from it. This is the SBGY002, and it is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. piece. It is the most attractive dress watch ever made. It's the most attractive, the most durable because it has the spring drive movement in it. Notice that second hand. So it's the most durable. It's the most attractive. It is the most accurate dress watch ever made. And see how it sits on the wrist? See how flat to the wrist it sits? See how comfortable it is? It's so comfortable on the wrist. It is unbelievable. This is the finest dress watch ever made, bar none. There's no dress watch that even touches the 002 Stunner. So that's how that works, that whole deal there. Let's see. The W12 engine, also in Bentleys, can pick up one at a great price. Let's see. Does the S-Class use vinyl now? Oh, I don't think so. Some parts of it, but S-Class is still mainly Napa leather, okay. Didn't those twin guys invent Facebook? They settled a case with Mark Zuckerberg and got a bunch of money from Mark, and they took it in Facebook stock, and so that made them rich. And then they took a lot of that money eventually and bought Bitcoin with it, which made them really rich. So they are doing okay, the Winklevi twins. That's the only exception in the lineup, really. I really like it, especially with the no power reserve indicator. Oh, it's perfect. They nailed it. The power reserve's on the back. Here, I'll show you. Well, let me pull up some photos here of the O2 while we're waiting for Kyle to call in. We are waiting for Kyle to call in. But in the meantime, let me pull up some photos of the 002. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you some recent photos, and then I'll show you some photos with the factory original strap. This strap here is a custom strap I had made by HD Straps. But I have some pictures here of the Stunner. With other situations. Okay. That picture really kind of shows a little bit of the texture to that dial, that snowflake dial that the Stunner has. It's pretty unbelievable, the snowflake dial. And of course, there's the deployant clasp, which is makes it super easy to put the strap on and off without flexing the strap. And there it is with the gold money clip. Another one with the gold money clip. Another one. Another one. Another one. And there it is with the alligator strap, the factory alligator strap, and then of course an alligator. Well, actually, I think it's a crocodile strap on the GS. I'm pretty sure it might be croc, but anyway, that's alligator belt. Again, that was the day I picked it up from Little Treasury Jewelers, the Stunner. Did extensive research on this. Look at the shape of the lugs. Look at the brushing on the side of that lug. Look at the detailing. And look at the crown, how easy it is to grip when you wind it. It is manual wind, which any high-end dress watch should be, in my opinion. The finishing is insane. It's insane, the finishing, the way it catches the light. Okay, and there's the back, display back. Not a very good photo there, but we're going to go through these quickly. There's a good look at that strap, the factory strap. As you can see, the list price was $25,000. Okay, on the 002 Stunner, there it is on wrist back here at the place. The 002 Stunner. The 002 Stunner. Well, that's enough of that. Anyway, let's see here. Bree says maybe I can call in after Kyle. Absolutely, you can. I don't know why don't you call in, Bree, whenever you're ready. And if Kyle's in, we'll just patch you in with them. But feel free to call in. You don't have to wait for Kyle. They might have cell phone issues or some issues or whatever. So feel free to call in whenever you like. Let's see. Yep, the leather they put in it is low grade. It's not the high grade it used to be, Carlos. Okay, so what leather are we talking about here? In one of those cars? Okay. There's regular Seikos with high beat. Okay. It was $2,000 when I optioned out my bins, and it was cheap quality. No, thank you. Okay. Lance says the 002 is amazing, but the 38 millimeter case just seems too big for a dress watch. I like my dress watch 36. Well, if you have a small wrist, I agree. But if your wrist is 7 inches or above, this is perfect. Like, this is a perfect size for me. Absolutely perfect. Easy to read, looks good, has good presence. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing because it's nice and thin, so it goes under any of my cuffs, so it works perfectly. But yeah, if you have a smaller wrist, I think you're right. Go with like 36 mil, like under 7-inch wrist maybe. My wife just said, "I'm glad Craig is a man, or I'd be jealous. I think the daily stream is getting to her." Tom in the house. Craig, stainless steel timeless razor for sale on eBay for 145. Scratch and dent. Looks pretty good if you want to see. Scratch and dent. I'm surprised. Who's selling that? Is it the timeless razor folks that are selling it? Because I'm surprised that they would do that. Okay, we're answering the lovely Bree. Let me just put this on full screen here. Let me get my headset here. Bree, it
Hello.
looks like you're outside hanging out.
Yes.
Wow, cool. You're getting a little vitamin D?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you do any exercising today?
Yes, I did some.
Today, what did you do today?
I did an ab workout and then I was walking.
Okay, you're going to do arms? Today's arms day.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. All right. Now, you're not forgetting, right? Odd days are arms. And what do you
And
do?
even days push-ups.
Push-ups. How are you doing on the push-ups?
The same repetition.
Okay. Are you really concentrating on your form?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I've been watching videos to improve.
Okay. And try to increase the number that you're doing. How many are you doing each set?
15.
Okay. Try to get that up to at least 20. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many sets
Right.
are you doing?
3.
Okay, bump it to 4.
Okay.
All
All
right?
right. I will try.
Okay. So give us an update. What else has been going on?
Well, I'm gonna upload a belly dancing video tomorrow.
Okay.
Um, and I've been getting a lot of vitamin D
Okay.
lately because of
Good.
the sun.
Good. Good. Okay.
So, and I received Bitcoin today, so that's good news.
Now, if somebody sends you Bitcoin, will you do a private video chat with them?
Yes.
Okay. So, folks, any of you all that are subscribers on the channel, if you send Bree Bitcoin, then she will do a private video chat with you.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
And it'd be nice if they were Patreons too.
Yes, and if they sign up as a Patreon, absolutely. You know, the beauty of the Bitcoin is they don't take a cut. Like Patreon takes part of the money, right?
Yeah.
And whereas Bitcoin, if somebody sends you Bitcoin, you get all of it.
That's true.
Just like if somebody sends you money, friends and family, on PayPal, there's no commission taken out of it, right?
Right.
So that's a thing as well. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quick here.
Okay.
Durr says there needs to be a Dick Tracy reboot with Craig starring as the main lead. Okay, I can be Dick Tracy. Okay. and Brianna can be my sidekick. Carlos is in the house. I cannot say I purchased the one they had in stock with synthetic. Ordering it custom would have delayed several months. Okay. And somebody says no individual. I don't know what that means. Kevin says, is the 005 titanium? No, it's not. The 005 is stainless steel. The 231 stunner right next to it, that is titanium. But the 005 is stainless steel. Still very comfortable on wrist, very low profile. It's only 12 mils thick, so it's a good one. Let's see, Lance, we all need to show off this 002 really is a stunner. Besides a day date, beside a day date. Okay, so you're thinking about having a day date in rotation with an 002? That would be amazing. That would be a heck of a rotation. Jipu says the lovely Brianna and full caps Brianna with an explanation point.
Thank you.
So there you go. The only thing that I would really change about the 002 is the size and the case finishing. I'm not a huge fan of the brush side. Oh, the brush sides look stunning in person, Lance. You got to see it in person. I like dress watches to be all polished. No. That's not classy. You need a little bit of brushed on there. Even the 18238 Date 8 has some brushed because that's the way to do it. The sun is making Brianna glow, says Juice AL. Timeless
Yes, it is.
razor for sale by individual. Okay. I don't know what they meant by scratch and dent, though. I don't understand. If there's something wrong with that, I wouldn't buy it, period. Because especially if the head of the razor is damaged in any way, that can make you cut yourself when you shave yourself if it's out of kilter. You want that to be precise as far as the way the blade goes in there and the tolerances and all that. You were distracted by
Pretty girl.
Pretty girl. Who was? Who are they talking about?
I don't know.
I'm always distracted by a pretty girl. If you're talking about me, absolutely. It's very difficult for me to concentrate when the lovely Brianna's around. And Tom says, "Wow, Bri looks great."
Thank you.
Well, he's good at stating the obvious. He's good at stating the obvious. All right, so what are your plans, lovely Brianna? Do you have any information you can share with us? Any any breaking news or anything?
Well, I'm actually graduating through a car parade
Okay.
from community college this Friday.
Okay. Are you gonna shoot some videos or anything?
Shoot some videos with the cap and gown.
Yeah, and also of the
I could. It's a good idea.
of the whole car parade, and just shoot some clips just to remember it all by.
Sure. It'll stream on YouTube, but I can make my own clips.
I would definitely do that. Yeah, I would definitely do that. And it says Timeless has a scratch and dent section on their website. So it must be things that are little things that are just cosmetic that don't affect the razor, because I don't think they would sell a razor that has a problem that would affect the razing. So it might be just a little blemish on the handle or something that doesn't really matter. So I can understand them doing that. Like if they're milling it and they've got it almost totally finished and something gets dinged or something and it's not really going to affect the function of it, then I can understand them selling that for a lesser price, and no harm, no foul. Sounds good to me. Okay, so let me think what else. So no other earth-shaking news for us?
No, not really. Just stay motivated.
Really? Are you really motivated?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're thinking about what we talked about yesterday.
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Okay, well, thank you very much for calling in. How do folks get involved as far as sending you things? Oh, Kyle's calling. Let me connect Kyle in.
Okay.
Let me connect. Stay there. See if this works. I clicked. Okay, cool. All right, we got Kyle in the house.
Hi.
Kyle, introduce everybody you have with you.
Okay, so here's Leslie, obviously.
Yes, yes. Hi.
What's going on?
And Brett.
And
How you
Brett.
doing, Craig?
Brett.
Come on up.
Hello, hello. Hey, what do you have on your wrist there, Brett?
See?
It's upside down.
36.
Okay,
down.
okay, looking good. Oh yeah, looking solid. Oh,
Nice.
looking
On
solid.
wrist. Always on wrist.
Solid. I like
And then
that.
this is Diana.
Diana, hi. Diana, how do you know these folks?
Well, she's yeah, through Brett. But
I
Diana
introduced.
and I both went to UCSB, so there's a
know
common thread there. We went to college together.
Now, is she a local?
No,
Well,
she lives in-
we're all from LA. I mean,
Oh,
Diana.
okay, so you all traveled down there. So she's not from Santa Barbara.
No, but
Okay.
live here during college and that.
Do you have any locals
4
you're going?
years here.
Do you have any locals you're going to hook up with while you're down there?
Probably the Jerry from the Pottery Studio from last time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, from the stream.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. So are you at like some kind of boardwalk there or something? Where are you exactly?
Yeah, we're at the pier here.
Okay.
So you're behind me.
Oh, nice.
Really nice here.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Show them the beaches.
Yep.
Yeah, the beaches are nice here, Craig.
Yeah, there are the beaches over yonder.
Yeah, I like them better than LA. Just feels cleaner anyway.
Feels cleaner.
Oh, that is nice. That is stunning.
Yeah.
It would be a nice place to have a sailboat or something, or a yacht.
Yeah, I can hear there's a little breeze,
Yeah, a little breeze.
Yep. Little bit of a breeze.
and there's some mountains off there in the distance.
That's those are the Channel Islands actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh,
Yep,
that's
so
super
the
cool.
mountains, backdrop of Santa Barbara here, we can give that. They're the mountains.
There we go. Absolutely.
Yep.
Wow. Super cool.
Yeah.
California is so stunning. It's just a lot of areas are kind of dry. That's the only thing, right? But it is
It's
stunning.
dry. We got a lot of political issues and a lot of homeless people and things like that. A lot of issues.
Other than that,
The good
other
with
than
the
that,
bad everywhere you're at.
yeah. Other than that, it's paradise, right?
Other than those things, it's absolutely paradise. Yeah, but we got people out on the beach. I don't know if you guys can make out far from us here, but over on the beach there,
Yeah.
a lot of beach goers today. So it's good to see the city more lively. Definitely a lot more lively than it was last time Leslie and I Skyped in from Santa Barbara, which was I think about a month ago, maybe now.
Gotcha. Good,
Yeah.
good. Things are picking up.
Things are picking up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Things are big.
Good,
Yep.
good. Hey, Bree,
Yes.
I'm gonna let you drop out so that we can put them full screen, and you
Sure.
can continue to watch if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I'll show your website before I wrap up. I'll show your website.
Yeah, Bree.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good time.
Yep.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right.
No, it's not.
And so where did you guys have lunch?
Right here at what's that called? Longboards Grill. I mean, it was good. We didn't really get much because we're gonna have a pretty good dinner tonight. So,
Okay.
we kind of got up here a little late. We probably should have gotten here maybe 2 hours before.
Now, did you eat up there on the top level?
Yeah, top level outside, but they require you to wear a mask until you get to the table. So that wasn't too bad, but still
Okay.
shitty. We need to stop with the masks. That would be good.
I'll tell you what, I hate the whole mask thing. I went to an event, I had to shoot a video today, and I had to put the mask on because it was inside. It was a blood drive where people were donating blood. And so I had to go inside. I had to put the mask on. And even when I looked down at my camera and did things, it blocks some of your vision, and it's just awkward. It's just not good, and it's not easy to breathe through it. And I'm just not into the whole mask thing.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's kind of like a slave mask. They used to put them on their slaves years ago. So.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, if you type into Google slave mask, it's kind of the same thing. So
Oh, wow.
I tell people to type that into Google. That's what they did in Roman times. That's what they did in Africa.
So they're trying to turn us all into slaves. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it maybe has to do with they don't want people talking to each other. That kind of thing. Like stay in your house, stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Keep a mask on. Yeah.
Yeah, just crazy.
while they take over. Well,
Shut
me-
the colleges
Yeah,
down.
but in LA, people are starting not to wear them as much. So hopefully in the next few weeks, that all goes away.
well, you know what? If there isn't a big uptick in a couple of weeks, after all these protests and everything, with everybody all close to each other and everything, if there's not an uptick, then it's going to be hard for them to keep going with this narrative. That
Especially after what we heard yesterday.
exactly that asymptomatic people don't even spread it.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
even a real thing.
And that was
programming.
that was like one of the main reasons why they went with the whole draconian lockdown and all this stuff, is because they claimed that people that were asymptomatic could spread it, right? And now they're backing down on that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
They kind of pump out whatever they want to pump out for the narrative, So
Pretty
it's
wild.
just-
Yeah, pretty
it's
wild.
It's just crazy. I don't know what's coming next. You never know what's coming next.
No. What they're going to try to hit us with. So what do you guys have scheduled there? You're going to do dinner tonight. What else is going on?
I'm gonna go and probably go to the beach today because it's such nice weather, and I just want to sit and read on the beach for a few hours. We can't go to the pool, which we wanted to go to the pool and hit the jacuzzi and stuff, but that's closed down everywhere here.
Oh, really? What the hell?
We booked the Hyatt too, right on the water, basically, with a nice pool.
The
nice
pool is
jacuzzi.
outside. Why in the hell would they close?
Right. They say no. It's crazy.
Yeah, they told me you can't go inside.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So that kind of took away from the fun there. We're going to go to the beach and then hit the pool for a little bit. It would have been nice to sit in some chairs, So,
Gotcha.
it's disappointing that something like this just, impedes on daily life.
So Durr says in the comments here, he's really jealous of Leslie. So, well, that's the thing, Durr. You just got to get your act together, and you got to get out to California. That's what you got to do.
Oh yeah, Durr. I mean, where is Durr?
He's in Michigan, I think. I think he's near Detroit or something.
No good women there. No good women there.
He's
Is that where Lamont lives? Lamont's out there. Get out of there.
Yeah, he's got to get out of Dodge. Yeah.
You got to get out of there.
That's what he's got to do. Got to get on out of there. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing that the outdoor pool they would close. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I can't believe it. This.
Now, are they giving you? I hope they're giving you a special deal because of all that.
The room wasn't too bad. I think it was like 190 a night or something. But they gave us an ocean view. They said partial ocean.
No, it wasn't. No, it was less than that. It was 159 a night. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
Okay. And you got a partial ocean view.
Partial ocean views, and it's beach. The hotel's beachfront.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you having dinner? And then what are your plans tomorrow? You'll still be there tomorrow?
To Jerry.
Yeah, I think we're tomorrow. Probably, maybe we'll go over to the pottery studio, take a look there, and then maybe go to dinner with Jerry or something. I need to call him and tell him that we're here. This was sort of a last minute trip. So.
Gotcha. Now, what's on your wrist?
Oh, I have the Grand Seiko.
Okay.
Looking nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stunning. Man, look at the way those hands catch the light too. Pretty amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you all are set. All right. Well, any pearls of wisdom before we let you get back to your partying?
Well, plenty available here, Dirk.
And what's Leslie wearing, by the way? What's on her wrist? We didn't do a wrist check on her.
It's just that's the one I always wear.
It's a nice watch, though.
Yeah, it's a nice watch. I'm kind of.
Oh, I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
Yeah, Leslie's still trying to settle in what eyes she likes, and if she likes sports and automatic entry level pieces to try to get her dialed in and focused on what she really likes.
Yeah, I just started
dimensions and movements, things like that, and then we can make the next move. But it seems now, actually, I bought her. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did get her that Seiko 5 sports automatic watch at that sunglasses shop.
Yep.
I don't think she likes that too much. I think she's maybe better with the cord. This watch is a solar watch.
Okay.
So, but either way, yeah, I think she's still figuring it out.
Yeah. Good. Well, that one looks good. It looks sharp.
Yeah.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
She's doing good. All right. Well, thank you for calling in as usual. And if anything comes up exciting, don't hesitate to call back in. We're going to be here hanging out.
Call in tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Kyle and crew
All right.
live
See ya.
from Santa Barbara.
Bye.
Santa Barbara, California, USA. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, and before I forget, I did promise that I would show the lovely lady Brianna's website. Let me pull it up here and find it here first of all. Oh, that's the Made in USA page. That's not the one I wanted to show. Okay, here we go. The lovely Brianna. BrieFitDance.com. BrieFitDance.com. The young lady is working hard to be in the best shape she possibly can be in and to share tips as far as fitness and health and dancing and all that kind of good stuff and just have a good time and have fun with friends. And why not? I say, why not? BrieFitDance.com. You scroll down her page, you'll see several ways that you can be a supporter, including you can be a Patreon. Hey, sign up. $5 a month is, my gosh, nobody's going to miss that. And it really helps her. It really helps her. You're not going to miss it, and it helps her to continue to produce content. Let's see. And Biosurf says the pool is outside and chlorinated. That's right. Duh. I mean, jeez. It's where people should be, is outside in the pool. Why not? Great to see Kyle and friends again. Let's see here. We don't have any hot Asian women in Michigan. We only have thug high school dropouts from Detroit and Flint. Oh, jeez. Carlos, oh yeah, she's smoking hot. Oh, you're talking about Leslie? Oh, Leslie's gorgeous, absolutely. But let's try to stay civil here, folks. Let's try to stay civil. The lovely Breeze in the house, she says, thank you, Stig. Not sure what she's thanking him for, but there you go. Pretty sure she's Latino. Okay. Thank you for the report, Kyle, Leslie, Brett, and friend. The Mighty Rat is in the house. Lance is in the house. He says, hey to Mighty Rat. And Carlos says, hello, Rat. And Mighty Rat gives Lance a couple of thumbs up. I am caught up on the chat, just like that. And so we might be able to wrap this show early. We started early. We might be able to wrap the show early. Let me know if anybody has any questions, comments, or anything else for the show. And in the meantime, don't forget to go back and watch the video about the blood drive, and do put a comment, put a warm and fuzzy comment there. It'll help out the channel to give us a thumbs up and a comment on that content. And there are the two stunners that are on the bench. They've been benched by the lovely 002. The 002 stunner. The 002 stunner has benched those two. I mean, the 231 is on the bench and the 005 is right next to it. The 005 has been like totally on the bench. At least the 231's been getting use throughout the day. When I go out and hike in the woods and things like that, I generally wear that heavy use watch. At least it's been getting some use, but the 005, it's been just sitting there begging to get some wrist time. And it hasn't happened. Kevin's in the house. He says, no, don't wrap up. Carlos says, just saw Trump to announce executive legislative action on police reform, sources reveal. Oh, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we tell the people just not to commit any more crimes, and then we don't need the police, right? How about that for a reform? They just tell the people don't commit any crimes, and then we don't need the police anymore. How's that? BrieFitDance.com. lantdance.com. Go to her website, scroll on down. You'll have to scroll by some pictures of the lovely Brianna, but once you get past all those pictures and videos and so forth, then you will find the links to help support her channel. Okay. 005 has cobwebs on it, Kevin in the house. And Lance sent a photo. Okay, so let's check out the photo that Lance sent. Got to get this to load in. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me get this bigger. All right. I mean, it's all right. I don't like the hour hand. I don't like those the crown guards. I think they look kind of funky, and even the crown, the design of the crown. What's the deal with that? Yeah, no, they're just trying to screw around. And on that one, the lugs look a little bit too long. They look a little bit elongated, so the proportion there doesn't look great. So yeah, I think I would pass on that one. Pass on the Longines. I hope you're picking up some tips here, Lance. I hope you're picking up on this a little bit. Let's see. If the 005 were automatic, it would be dead. Oh yeah, it would have stopped. Absolutely. The 231 seems to always be fully charged. Yeah, the neat thing about the 231 is it takes very little wrist time for that puppy to top off. Like even if I take it off wrist for like 5 or 6 hours and then I put it back on for like an hour or two, it like tops right back off. I mean, it doesn't take much. It's very efficient. And I wore it, a fair amount today. So I wore it when I went out and did the photo shoot and all. I don't like to wear the 002 when I'm doing a photo shoot because a lot of times I will have the FZ1000. I'll have that big leather strap for it around my wrist, and it would be pushing against the watch and rubbing against the watch case, which would be unnecessary wear and tear on the watch in that kind of a situation. So I would wear the 231 in that kind of a situation. Any kind of heavy use that might, likely damage the 002, I would rather go ahead and wear the 231. But the 002 is getting a lot of wrist time. I'll tell you, it's getting a lot of wrist time as well because it's just so comfortable and so stunning. That is hideous, Buserve. What are we talking about that's hideous? Okay. Let's see. He does put on the 231 every now and then. Oh, actually, it gets a lot of rest time, the 231. By the way, I wear it at night when I'm sleeping. I wear it all night. Let me check here. I've got a email here that I might need to deal with. Okay. Okay. Oh no, nothing pressing. Nothing pressing. Let's see. Craig, what do you think about the Explorer 2? I'm not a fan of the Explorer 2. I would rather just go with the Explorer, personally, than the Explorer 2. Leon says, I would love to see the 002 in rose. No. Rose gold is not a good idea. Very bad idea. Very bad idea to go with rose gold. You definitely want to always go with yellow gold with any of your jewelry, whether it be cufflinks, whether it be a ring, whether it be a bracelet, anything. Always go with yellow gold, so that way everything will match. And yellow gold is the timeless classic. All these designer golds like rose gold and so on and so forth, they're a fad. They come and go. Yellow gold is timeless. Let's see. I meant that Longines was hideous. Are you trolling? What's an average wrist size? I always thought mine was skinny, but measured it today. It was 7.5 inches. I don't know what average is, but 7.5 is a good size wrist. I mean, absolutely, that's a good size wrist. That's definitely not considered small. I would say a small wrist would be under 7 inches. You know, but anything over 7 inches would definitely not be considered small, in my opinion. Leon's in the house. I'm considering a 2019 Rolex Oyster Perpetual. That's a nice piece. Leon says, I actually like rose gold. Yeah, I would pass on the rose gold thing. Lance is in the house. I like the look of the Hydro Conquest. It is rugged but also sporty. Carlos says, that is the problem on Lange. I think there is no yellow gold. Okay. Mighty Rat says, okay, thanks, Craig. There you go. B-Serve says, I think the Aqua Racer is better looking in every way. Okay. Lance, stick to Rolex or GS. Good, good. And maybe even some Omegas. Some Omegas. You might want to go with some Omegas. All right, I have to be honest with you guys. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so get any last-minute comments or any shtick in the chat, because we're going to wrap this puppy up. We've been going longer than an hour. We started early, as you recall, and we're coming up on 6 o'clock. I just can't stop looking at the 002. Just the way those indices catch the light, you really have to see it in person. You can't. Trust me, a video stream or still photos or anything cannot do this justice. You have to see the 002 in person. And that's not easy to do because they're scarce as hen's teeth. They are rare puppies. I know Steve has one in stock. I think that's the only one that's in these United States right now. The only one in these United States. Let's see. Dirk says it's not sweet potato time. Guess what? Costco today was sold out of sweet potatoes. I still have, a fair amount, so I'm okay for now. But hopefully next time I go about once a week. Hopefully next week they'll have them again. I can stock back up. But they had no sweet potatoes for sale today. They had regular potatoes, regular baking potatoes. I could have bought them, but I have plenty of sweet potatoes, so I didn't have to panic. And for the last couple of weeks, they haven't had any salmon. Any of the canned salmon, the wild Alaskan salmon, they've had zero. Of course, I had plenty. I'd already stocked up. When we got wind of all these issues headed our way, I stocked up big time. And Leon's in the house. Have a good night, folks. Hope you all have a good rest of the day. Lance says, at Tom, I want either a Datejust 36 or an Explorer 2 40mm. I'm not really interested in GS. Most of their designs are pretty boring to me. Don't get the Explorer 2. Do yourself a favor and just get the Datejust 36. You don't need the Explorer 2. Lance, don't say that you might get wrenched. Costco was sold out of sweet potatoes. Thanks, Obama. 3 thumbs down from the Durster. 3 thumbs down from the Durster. All right, folks. It's 6:01. It's coming up on 6:01. Coming up on 6:01. In about another 30 seconds it will be. And we are going to wrap this puppy up. We're going to wrap this puppy up. Remember, there's a delay in the broadcast, so you can't calibrate your watches by the watches on the screen because there is a delay in the broadcast. So keep that in mind, folks. But do click subscribe and click the little bell so that you'll get notifications. Thanks, everybody, for watching.